with their super sharp pictures, 4K and other ultra-high definition televisions attempting for those who spend hours in front of the TV. But experts say that despite their perks, you shouldn't buy these yet. For one, despite rapidly plummeting prices, 4K TVs are still quite expensive. Plus, there isn't a lot of ultra-high definition content for owners of 4K TVs to watch right now. Realistic expectations of that content to match the display is approximately 2 to 3 years out. Brands based everywhere from Kentucky to New York are touting what amounts to a boutique version of moonshine or white lightning, costing as much as $40 a bottle. Sales of moonshine in the US quintupled to more than 250,000 cases. But while these new school moonshine makers speak of estate-grown corn and proprietary recipes, some spirits experts say that consumers shouldn't be fooled. Love might be priceless, but the dating industry is expected to earn $2.8 billion in revenue in 2016. The two most popular paid services charge love seekers between $20 and $60 monthly, depending on the type of subscription. Still, the Beatles may have been onto something when they sang that money can't buy me love. Free dating apps are surging in popularity. Tinder users swipe right or left on their smartphones more than 1.4 billion times in aggregate daily. With all the free options that are available out there, you should never waste your money on online dating. The popularity of phablets, who roughly defined as smartphones with a 5.5-inch and larger screens, is causing many people to second-guess smaller tablet purchases as the larger screens are often adequate for tasks once reserved for tablets. Consumers can make phone calls on phablets and they're easier to handle for taking photos. Plus, you can put them in your coat pocket quite comfortably. So don't waste your money on mini tablets. If you have a new generation cell phone and you want a tablet, go for the larger size. Computer memory sticks and thumb drives are becoming obsolete as the online storage wars heat up. Memory sticks can sometimes be cheaper than cloud storage. Their prices typically start at around $25. But they can spread viruses from computer to computer and, unlike the cloud, they can be forget behind in a cafe for example. If lost, they offer no security for your data. Cloud are safer, non-physical and can be accessed anytime from anywhere. They are a much better investment. Compact discs and DVDs have going the way of the dodo, and streaming media will keep that trend going in 2016, experts say. Lay of DVDs and high-definition Blu-ray discs dropped by 8% to $7.78 billion last year, and are expected to have fallen even further in 2016. Sales of compact discs also dropped by 19% year-over-year. With all the new way-to-watch content online like Netflix, free streaming site and others streaming services that offer you unlimited access to anything, there is no more point on investing in a single DVD that cost as much as a monthly Netflix subscription. The year 2014 saw an almost unrelenting avalanche of security breaches that struck retailers, banks and medical providers, among many others. At least 744 data breaches have been disclosed this year, with more than 115 million consumers' records exposed. To protect themselves and their data, consumers may opt for credit monitoring services or identity theft insurance. But such coverage, which can cost anywhere from $25 to more than $100 a year, may not be worth paying for. It depends on how important a fake peace of mind is to you, because that's essentially what you're buying at the end of the day. Who would pay $2 for what amounts to a bottle of tap water? Millions of Americans, it turns out. In the 4 decades since Perrier water was launched in the U.S. market in the mid-1970s, U.S. consumption of bottled water has surged 2,700%, to 10.1 billion gallons. It is predicted that bottled water will become the top-selling packaged beverage in 2020, up from number 2 currently. But the trick is that 45% of bottled water brands are sourced from the municipal water supply. Bottled water sourced from municipal water supplies include Dasani, Aquafina and many others. Plus, plastic bottles are chemical and non-eco-friendly. Americans love their Gillette razor blades, so much so that the shaving giant controls 66% of the nearly $13 billion shaving industry. But just because Gillette is popular doesn't mean it's cheap, especially if you're buying the blades at the corner drugstore. Which is why more shavers are turning to membership programs. The Dollar Shave Club, whose membership has grown by nearly 200% in the past year to 1.3 million, is perhaps the most prominent example. Such clubs sell blades on a mail-order subscription basis for a fraction of the cost. A blade purchased through Dollar Shave can run as little as $1.50. By contrast, a Gillette blade can run as much as $5. And the blades aren't necessarily inferior. Though cable providers still have plenty of subscribers, roughly 101.7 million Americans, in 2015. Those numbers are declining. The firm predicts that cable providers will lose a net of around 1 million subscribers for each of the next several years, reaching 97 million in 2019. One of the reasons for this subscriber defection, consumers are increasingly embracing, often cheaper, cable alternatives. Indeed, PricewaterhouseCoopers notes that subscriptions to cable alternatives like Netflix, up 25% over 2013, Amazon Prime, up 14%, and Hulu, up 3%, each of which costs around $8 a month, are on the rise.